Yes, that's right. We are bringing you dating stories in 2024. As many of you know, I was in a relationship for a little while and that ended close to a year ago. And when I told you guys on dating advice on the dating channel, the live streams and similar things, I've always told you to kind of like take a step back and make sure that you're ready to date again, because sometimes if you date immediately after a breakup, what happens is old feelings come back, they come back to you, you try to come back to them, and it gets real muddy, especially if you've met people and you're gonna basically waste a lot of people's times. And I've experienced that in the past, so this time I said, well, I wanna make sure it's definitely over, nail in the coffin, and it seems to be that way. And I realized that months ago. So I started venturing out onto dating again. But what I did this time is I took a different approach, and I actually attempted to reach out to people in real life, meaning you approach a woman that you feel is checking you out. You want to approach and say hello, just be friendly, just have a general nice demeanor. I suggest you don't do that, especially if you live in South Florida. The reason I say that is because they're not approachable. They don't want you to say hi to them. The places where the most attractive people are generally are the gym and, let's say, really nice restaurants. Typically when a woman goes to a nice restaurant with her friends, she doesn't want to be bothered. She might say she does, or she might want to be approached, but she doesn't give off the signs that she is able to be approached. So you kind of have to really roll the dice, because women don't give obvious signs that they're interested in you or not. So at the gym, no go, don't even attempt it. But I tried based on some signs, and it went nowhere again. And I thought, okay, women definitely don't want to be approached. Or maybe me saying hello, I'm not doing it the right way. Who the hell knows anymore? So of course you revert to online dating. Why do you revert to online dating? It's easy. The fact that you match with somebody, you at least go, I know right off the rip they find me attractive. So I don't have to wonder if they find me attractive or not. Great. Then it comes time for you to get to know the person. Now, the last time I used online dating was over 2 years ago, and I was in a relationship for about 1.5 years, which was, kind of a, we'll talk about that one day. That's an interesting story. So I thought maybe it changed. Maybe the tides have turned. Maybe women are now realizing that you gotta be a little more approachable. You gotta give men a little leeway. There is no toxic masculinity. It's just masculinity. That's just how it is. You either deal with it or you don't. So, of course, you match with people, you talk to people, and boy, oh boy, is it the same bullshit. Like literally the same bullshit. Now, based on my previous online dating experience, I knew right off the rip what to look out for. You gotta do your vetting, you gotta make sure you look this person up, you gotta make sure that you attract the right people. Regardless of whether they're attractive or not, you have to know and filter what you like and what is most compatible with you. So I thought I was doing that properly. And then once you get to know the people behind that filtering system, especially in online dating, you find out most of them are really fucked up. So I'm gonna give you guys a story called Tango Girl. She's active on social media, so it'll be interesting if she listens to this, but I don't care. So I matched with a woman, single mother, and sorry guys, the older you get, the more difficult it is to get yourself a single woman without children that isn't crazy or doesn't want children. So you have to understand that that's very rare. They're either working out some demons or they're gonna want a baby. It's just a matter of fact. So this woman already had a couple of children, grown, can make their own sandwiches, wipe their own asses. Wonderful, great. So after you exchange information, what you should do is look them up. That's right, you gotta go online. Get yourself a Spokeo account for $2 a month. Type in their phone number and it gives you a readout of their social media, everything that is publicly available if they don't take steps to hide that. So I looked this person up, found their social media profile, and I noticed that they like to go tango dancing a lot. And if you look up tango dancing, it's very intimate. It's very close. It's very, in my opinion, sexualized. It's the movements, the closeness, any type of dancing that is slow or on the slower side lends itself to sexuality, feelings. Women say, no, I just like to do it for fun. Bullshit. Bullshit. You like the erotic nature of the dance. Women that do salsa dancing and go to salsa socials usually fuck their instructor. Just like personal trainers usually fuck their clients, salsa instructors fuck their clients. I've been there, done that. I can write a book about it. Dated women, ask them the right questions, they'll self-snitch. That's a great thing. You got to ask the right questions. So now in my mind, I know this girl likes to tango dance with an older guy, so I didn't really think much about it because he looked to be an instructor. She was in her 40s. He was probably in his 60s. So I'm like, there's probably nothing there, so no big deal. So we get to talking, and right off the bat, great communication. She texts back quickly. She has great phone conversations, is well-spoken. She does have a social media presence, so it makes you wonder, okay, maybe she got some kind of media training or something like that. So everything seems to be on the money. One of the initial messages that she sent me on the online dating application was on my online dating profile. It says, I don't want women with BBLs and mommy makeovers. It's just not attractive to me. I think it lends itself to something going on up here. You know, do you want to be noticed by a bunch of guys, or do you want to be happy with what you look like? If you want to be happy with what you look like and you don't want to do the gym route, I think I have a problem with you cutting yourself up to feel better. To me, it's different. To me, it's weird. I don't like lip fillers. I don't like any kind of plastic surgery. I love women that age gracefully, go to the gym, hammer it out, and do the best they can. You don't have to be perfect, but at least show some effort that you're trying to change your appearance, not have a doctor chop you up. To me, that's weird. So she did mention that she wanted to get a tune-up. This woman was tall and slim. And I was like, why do you want to get a tune-up? You look great. And she's like, well, you know, it's like getting a tune-up for a car. I was like, actually, that's not how it works at all, but okay. So the more we talked, again, guys, I knew she's into tango dancing. The more we talked, the more she started talking about her hobby. I said, you have any hobbies or things you like to do in your free time? She says, yeah, I love to go tango dancing. Interesting. So then she showed me videos, she sent me links, and interestingly, if you pay attention to body language, in those two videos, the man she's dancing with is absolutely in love with her. Guys, it is not difficult to understand what a man shows in terms of his body language. There is no way to disconnect that kind of dance and that kind of emotion, or the way he was showing his emotion to her through the dancing made me go, this dude likes her. This dude likes her. Subsequently, she seemed to have a lesbian friend that also liked to tango dance with her. She also showed me signs that she liked her. Looking at the videos, I'm like, this woman is tango dancing with, it's like think about it as like practicing. She is dancing with two people that probably like her. And you're just setting yourself up for failure if you're going to step into something like that. So after talking and about other things, it comes back to that. She brings that up. And she says, just to let you know, my instructor loves me. And I go, no, you seem like a nice girl. She goes, no, he's in love with me. And I go, interesting. Does he know that you know? She says, yes. I go, what are you doing about it? She goes, what do you mean, what am I doing about it? I'm like, aren't you torturing this guy? Does he have a shot with you? And she goes, no, not at all. He never oversteps his boundaries. I go, wait a minute, full stop. You know your instructor is in love with you. And I knew this based on the videos just by looking at it. You've told them you're not in love with him. She says, yes. But you continue to go dancing with him, torturing the shit out of this guy. Instead of saying, you know what, it's best that I don't continue to dance with you because I don't want to hurt you, because if I end up in a relationship one day, then that's going to be a problem. And then I mentioned that. I said, well, what happens if you and I date? Me knowing that that guy's in love with you is going to be a problem. No different than if I told you there's a girl, like my coworker or something like that, is madly in love with me and I see her often. You would have a problem with that too. Obviously, women don't understand, you know, my point of view. They just understand their point of view. That is an interesting thing also to look out for. Women don't see your point of view. They always see theirs and only theirs. Everything else is a gray area. So I said, in my opinion, you should stop seeing him if you intend on dating someone seriously, because number one, you cannot in my opinion, lead a guy on like that, knowing that he's in love with you? She goes, well, he doesn't just dance with me. When I go out to bars, I go with him so I can feel safe. I go, excuse me? She goes, I go out with him so that I can feel safe. And I'm like, please explain further. Well, you know, we act like a couple when we're out. I go, I haven't met this girl yet. Okay, I haven't even seen her face to face, but I'm going, really? You're telling me that you're gonna step into a potential romantic relationship online with a guy that you meet, and he has to be okay with the fact that when you go out with your tango instructor, y'all hold hands, y'all dance intimately, but I'm supposed to be okay with it because you feel safe and you feel that you have set your boundaries properly to this person and they're not gonna ever overstep their boundaries? Please stop the cap. Not even close. That is just ridiculous. That doesn't even compute. I am a man. If I am around a girl that I am into and I express my love to her and she goes, there is no possibility of us being together, se acabó el party, I'm out of there. Now, there's no reason to talk to her and torture myself. So it is an interesting thing that this took place, and I told her as such. I laid it out in a long paragraph. I said, this is what you're doing. You're being mean, number one. You're being selfish, number two. And number three, you should not be on a dating application looking for a romantic relationship while your tango instructor has expressed his love to you and you guys go out and hold hands as if you're a couple. I feel so bad for this man. I feel so sorry for this man. I feel this man is being tortured by this woman on purpose because she wants to maintain the tango access because she enjoys dancing, but she knows she doesn't want a relationship with this man, but she doesn't want to lose the tango access, even though he said, I love you, I think you're great, I want us to be an item. And she's like, no, but I want to keep dancing with you. He's gonna hold on until the last moment he can hold on to, like till he dies. He's gonna stay there as your friend in case one day you're weak and he gets to be with you in a romantic capacity. Ladies, there is no such thing as male friends. It does not exist unless they're homosexuals. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I am saying that the only way a woman can be friends with a man is if the man is not attracted to women. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't compute. And if you have a male friend and he is a platonic male friend, ask him a real simple question. Would you fuck me if I asked you to fuck me? And if they go, oh my God, I was waiting forever for you to ask me that question, don't be surprised if they say yes. All right, guys, stay on the lookout for more dating stories as I enter the dating pool again. A couple of stories already come out, so I'm probably gonna have a lot more to say. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll talk to you later.